Pro wrestling talk from the four corners of parts unknown. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. It is Wrestlemania week. Such a fun time of the year. Anticipation for what we hope will be 2 nights of awesome wrestling. We're going to get to all our thoughts and predictions for WrestleMania later on, plus a couple of other newsworthy things to cover. But first,
well, no. You don't remember what else it is? It's our 1 year anniversary.
Oh, goodness. Yes.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
No, we don't sing it. We can't afford that. We can't afford the rights to that. Yeah, 1 year ago, this podcast launched. Have an iced tea on me.
Yeah, Ernie
Palm.
This is episode 57. We did some extras and some bonuses and stuff like that, but 1 year we made it. Almost I forget what I was gonna say. A lot longer than our previous at podcast.
We don't talk about that.
We are out of the basement. Yeah. We are in the wrestling community.
Yes.
We're on That Wrestling Podcast. Jay, again, props to you for kicking off the show for however many weeks and then handing the reins over to me as host. You guys know how much I love and enjoy doing this with all of you.
So can we say, because it's, maybe later he won't be able to say this, but can we all say right now that Jason was right, that we should have just always focused on wrestling focus, because he may not be right later. There's a 48% chance he's wrong later, but right now we can say, Jason, you were correct. We should have always stuck with the wrestling one.
I'm glad that we learned. We learned what, I think we learned a lot by that first go around. And now that booze isn't involved, it's not a requirement every week. Yeah, I think we maybe can do a beer scouts or a brews next down the road. But I'm glad we're into year 2. I personally have been working on a lot of ideas that I want to happen in year 2. More YouTube content, more and expanding. So I'm hoping you guys will come along with the ride for the crew, and you listening. Thank you for everyone that has listened in South Bergen, New Jersey. We still love you. Your numbers have dropped off a little, and I'm not saying there's anything to do with Brian hosting, but it is year 2. And
but he's not saying that. So
yeah. But
how cool.
Yeah. So here we are, year 2.
That's awesome. Well,
now you proceed. You can go ahead now.
Thank you. Yes, no, it's time for a 1 year anniversary edition of What Are You Wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? What are you wearing? What are you wearing? What are you wearing today? To sing the What Are You Wearing theme song, here's Genuine. Thinking about Kevin's
Genuine.
All right, Jay, this is a really big week for you because you are mere hours away from heading to Texas for all the festivities. Mm-hmm. Let's talk what you have first.
I have a vintage WWF Triple H Game Over shirt. If I could turn around, I'd show you on the back above by the neck. It's the WWF.com logo. So this is before they got the F out. My favorite Triple H shirt that they've never remade. Like if you go to Triple H's page now on WWE Shop, they have a lot of the ones that he wore over the years. This one, not there. So I don't know what the story is, but I'm glad it wasn't reissued because I have a vintage and I have not seen anybody with this shirt on, anywhere. So I'm curious how much it would be worth. Kevin, I knew that's what you were going to go.
I was just going to say, I was saying cheap.
Yeah. So that's what I got this week.
Do you remember why that shirt was made? Was it like when he came back from injury or something? Or?
I think it was, and it's game over. Like he's the game, and he's over.
It was 99. It was 1999 when it was made, and it was right when he broke free from DX and the corporation.
Okay.
And he was doing that. But I actually think it was when he was still with China, when he was talking about he was a game. If you remember the
Yes, he was.
JR interview on
Yep.
Sunday Night Heat, where he just basically just let it all out.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's a great one. Joe, you are also on the same theme, it looks like.
Oh, well, sort of. I'm on the WCW Saturday Night Mainstay Terrorizing t-shirt.
That terrorizing label looks like juicy fruit gum or something.
It looks like fruit striped gum.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's funny because before we started recording, Jason came on. He was wearing the Game Over shirt. When I was at Survivor Series '99, I was either going to buy that one or the Y2J shirt, and that still has the WWF.com on the back as well. So it's like, hey, I was 20 years old at the time. I couldn't afford to buy two shirts. I had to pick one, so I chose the Y2J.
Well, back then they were probably $19.99. They weren't $35 or whatever the hell they are now.
I still wasn't basically still wasn't making anything. I was 20 years old, working 3 days a week if I was lucky.
Yeah. So Joe has this shirt, and Joe is recording the show on location this week. So that's awesome. I was impressed that you remembered to pack something. Well done. Kevin, you are also on location.
Yeah. And I forgot to pack something.
Yeah, I was saying you're also zipped up all the way. So
I did, but I'm showing a little Under Armour because my shirt is inspired by Dwayne The Rock Johnson in his advertisement deal with a clothing company, Under Armour.
Yeah. All right. That's
so Kevin, you're the only person in 57 episodes. This is twice now. You've come on without a wrestling shirt on.
You're only working about a half an hour from me, bro. I could have met you halfway and gave you.
Yeah,
one.
Brian has 6 shirts. He could have given you one of them.
I got this one. I got
I work
everywhere. Buy the shirt.
They're all here. That whatever you need.
The one was inspired by wrestling. No, it was the I Love New York, right? Is that the other one you're talking about?
That's not.
It was still for some. I forgot why, but it was inspired.
Breaking news. The surprise entrant in AEW
Eva Marie,
Toni Storm.
Oh my.
Wow, from OnlyFans to AEW.
Yeah, I say taking time out of the OnlyFans work to do the traditional work of professional wrestling. Well, that's good. I always like Tony.
Eva Marie's too big for AEW anyway.
I mean, I'm sure the bunny's going to beat her, so it'll be a lame debut, but
sidebar guys.
Yeah, or girls in this case. All right, Kev. Well, nevertheless, I'll wrap things up with the GCW shirt. This is blood and ECW inspired. Got this at the Harpo show. I went with the white. I mean, if you're 6 beers into it, you're thinking maybe it's a CM Punk Chicago shirt, or I got that Liv Morgan shirt over here too. That's interchangeable with that.
Brian, are you sleeping in the basement these days because all of your clothes are down there?
I need to invest in a bin, right? Where can I find one of those bins that all the kids are using now?
Closet?
Yeah, right now it's
a dresser could probably work for you with your.
No, I'm out of dresser space. It's me on the couch, and then it's.
So Jamaica didn't go that well. Is that why you're still in the basement?
She wasn't happy about the birthday trip. You're in the sleeping in the basement now.
One too many. You're making me crazy.
We're back to basement talkers.
When I realized what had happened and all my shirts were down here, I said, "Looks like there was trouble in paradise." So, all good.
So I told you guys over text over the weekend, Brian. I don't know if you were in it or not. I went through storage in my garage of all my wrestling shirts and did a complete. I rotated everything out of my closet and put it in with new stuff from storage. So over the next 20, 30 weeks, year 2 will be all shirts that you have not seen yet, and trying to keep my streak of not repeating shirts. And since I'm heading to Dallas for WrestleMania, I got some stuff that I'm hoping I don't see anybody else wearing. Yes. And make sure to check our YouTube and socials next week. I'm going to try to vlog my experience, including my packing and, NXT Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania, and other Texas festivities. So, yeah, I realized I just have way too many shirts. It's ridiculous. No person should have as many wrestling shirts as I do, but
well, now you have a reason for gimmick. The podcast, right?
Living the gimmick.
I need to keep these because, I have this little thing called "What are you wearing?" every week that I have to fulfill. Yeah. So, hey, if you needed a reason, you got it now. All right, before we get into the Triple H news, I quickly want to talk about what is arguably the biggest moment for pro wrestling that went down this week. And I'm talking about the Oscars on Sunday night. Of course, I'm talking about the slap heard round the world from Will Smith to Chris Rock. We all saw, well, that's what we're going to get to. We all saw it. We all know the story. But I wanted to bring it up quickly because, guys, for my listeners here, we had boots to the ground, as they say, live at the Oscars to witness this firsthand. Jason, what is the story, my friend?
So my wife went to the Oscars. Yes. We live in Hollywood. We live in LA. She got to go. And
Jason's wife is Lady Gaga, by the way, if you did not know. She was
she did great with that older actress, but I'm blanking on the name. But no, my wife is not Lady Gaga, but she was at the Oscars.
Yes.
And I picked her up after it was over, so she didn't have to drive or anything like that. And, she got in the car and, I had seen what happened. And my response to her was, what we talk about on the podcast is more real than what happened tonight. I think it was fake.
Wow.
She told me that the place just got quiet because nobody really knew what was happening.
Right.
And she thought it was real. She thought that the slap was real. And if the slap was fake and predetermined, that when he started swearing, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, she thought that was real, which led to my response. He's an actor.
Yeah.
And
he's an Academy Award-winning actor, so he's probably good at it.
As we found out later that night. Yes.
He create, assault and battery in public on worldwide television, and then he wins, and people say wrestling's fake. Of course, the response to this is outrageous. And Taz, from AEW, he tweeted the slap in slow motion. And if you watch it, like, I've never slapped someone in the face. But if I did, I assume I would be angry and pissed off and not have a big laughing smile on my face like Will Smith does before he slaps Chris Rock. Chris Rock braced himself and leaned in. And if you look at the slap, I swear he slapped his leg. It was a wrestling. I swear that's what happened. And finally, if this was the real deal, Will Smith played Muhammad Ali. He had to learn how to box. He probably knows how to hit people. But I guess it's okay to talk about guys fucking your wife than about their hair loss due to alopecia.
Go ahead, Jay. Yes.
No,
I think you spelled out a compelling argument.
I think you have two, but there's my counterpoint to this would be this. How does it benefit Will Smith?
Right.
It benefits Chris Rock, no doubt. And we all know that, sometimes some things when it comes to, your wife's health should not be mentioned via monologue or text message.
Yeah, there's precedence for that.
Sorry, Jason. Okay. No, I had to throw that in there. But
do you think it's real?
I agree with mostly everything except for one thing. How does it benefit Will Smith? It doesn't.
People will take him serious as a rapper now.
No, they won't. No one cares. He's 53 years old.
So is Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Eminem.
But how does it benefit Will Smith? It does. Smacking Chris Rock.
He's gonna put out a rap album with the word "fuck" in it. Finally.
And then it'll just be just like Hammer.
No, smacking a comedian who's like 60 pounds lighter than you.
Flapping.
Come on. That's
It's not real. It wasn't real.
If it benefited both guys, I'd be on board.
You know
with
who this benefits?
How does it benefit?
This benefits the Academy Awards, the Oscars, because nobody gave a shit about the Academy Awards
I didn't watch it.
for years. Now people are talking about it. Even 4 dopes on a wrestling podcast a week later after it happened.
During WrestleMania week on our anniversary show, we're talking about the stupid Oscars. The last time
Brian, what did I text you? What did I text you?
Stallone lost.
Brian, what did I text you a few hours before we started recording?
No Will Smith jokes, please.
This is the only thing.
We won't joke about it.
So I'll make one comment.
We've already spent 12 minutes on it.
The slap looks suspicious. Him swearing twice. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. It was kind of the weird part that made you question if it was real. The memes are the fantastic part. The memes are the winners of the whole situation. Because there was one. No, there was one. Not him slapping. It said, "I will not make fun of Jada Pinkett Smith because of her alopecia condition. I'll make fun of her because she was the lead singer of the new metal band Wicked Wisdom."
Yeah.
It was like her on stage, and then it made me think of Q106 birthday bash.
One last thing. One last thing from my wife.
I have that picture, Kev. Yeah.
One last thing about my wife's point of view, and I heard her talking about this morning on the phone, that the people around her thought the G.I. Jane joke was about Jada's green dress.
Oh,
yeah. See, it's a movie that was 25 years ago and wasn't that popular to begin with.
And
so it was a bad joke.
Well, no, it wasn't about the green dress. It was about her head.
I know, right? I know the movie,
but people that were sitting around my wife thought it was about the green dress. I'm like, I heard
Chris
her on
Rock's
the phone.
better than that.
Well, they said it was about the green dress. I'm like, who are they?
So yeah, those friends, the joke went over their head, right? Like it didn't make sense. I don't know. I think it was a shoot, but there's so many weird things, and because they're both quote unquote actors, Chris Rock's an actor in that sense, right? That it wouldn't surprise me either way. I thought shoot initially.
Yeah, we got King Richard versus Pootie Tang. Okay, there's a freaking come on.
Tom Segura, comedian Tom Segura was on Pat McAfee's show, and he's like, this just shows Hollywood is a bunch of pussies, and it's so hypocritical. And comedians are going to be gunning for Will Smith now. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. And I would like to announce I do not have alopecia. I am bald by choice.
Yes, thank you.
Can we please move on? Because I didn't want to go this long.
Academy Award music to kind of tell.
Yeah, we got the wrap
to play me off.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes. All right. No. So in the actual real world of professional wrestling, we are sporting the shirts. Jay and Joe. Triple H's announcement on Friday morning that his in-ring career is over. Triple H, he sat down with Stephen A. Smith, which that's a sentence I never thought I'd ever say. Triple H and Stephen A. Smith. But he revealed the true severity of his heart incident. It was all very hush-hush. And he talked about how he had pneumonia at first, and he began coughing up blood, get some more tests, and they showed that he was in heart failure. So he now has a pacemaker, and he was very emotional about it, talking about he was really this close to maybe not even being here. But he now has a pacemaker. He confirmed his in-ring career is over. Guys, we all know Triple H, legendary in-ring career. What's some of your favorite just in-ring moments of Triple H? And where do you feel that his career kind of falls when you talk about like all-time greats? And Kevin, I'll start with you since you were smart enough to wrap us up with the music.
Yeah, I'll jump right to it. Like in thinking of like all-time greats, not on my like Mount Rushmore, but I would like when I think of biggest stars for longevity of WWE, he's up there, right? I love DX. I loved his singles run. He was always entertaining, good guy, or more good, bad to be good guy. Being really bad, stuff with Steph, like always entertaining. I'm glad he has the intelligence to hang it up and not go against doctors' wishes. I don't want to see some guy die in the ring, especially how old is he? Mid-50s, right?
Mid-50s. I think he's like 50, 56.
I think he's like, no, he's younger than that. I think he's younger than that.
Well, like Kevin, I will take that comment you made. He is on my Mount Rushmore.
Really?
of pro wrestling. Yes.
Okay.
He's in the
You've
fourth
said that
spot.
before.
He's in the fourth spot. What the guy, came from to what he became. I mean, that's some pretty monumental stuff. So for me, one of my favorite Triple H moments, not necessarily in the ring, it was during a backstage interview with Renee Young, and they do the interview, and then they go, and then Triple H looks at her and he's like, "Why don't you have shoes on?" Because I guess she would never do interviews in shoes because she didn't want to look taller than the talent. That just made me laugh, and I'll pull that up from time to time just because Renee's hilarious, and I'm a big Triple H fan. I'm sad that he's done, but obviously, like Kevin said, it's the smart thing to do, and it sucks.
His feud with Orton, I loved. I
Which
can remember Orton handcuffing Triple H to the rope and like DDTing Stephanie and like kind of kissing her, and Triple H just flailing around so angry. And he showed up at Orton's house the next week and everything, all that destruction. And his match with HBK at the return match for SummerSlam after he'd been gone for 4 years. You guys know that's a personal favorite of mine.
Was that the brown tights HBK?
No, jeans with the
that was an unsanctioned match. So that was that. And we talked about it earlier, just that promo of Joe, you mentioned it, like when he was still with China, that promo with JR of, you talk about students of the game, I am the fucking game, like right there. That's so great, right?
And of course, his having, Motorhead play his different entrance songs over the years, so badass.
He has two themes. He has two like distinct themes: the I'm the game and King of Kings. Like when he's wrestling.
Well, he's had a few. A lot of his music.
One of my favorite ones was from that shirt, the My Time.
Yeah, I was saying My Time's a great theme too.
That one. That one's a good theme too.
And the DX,
of course,
yeah. I also got to say, like, one of my favorite things, like, I loved Triple H, the Reign of Terror from 2002 to 2004 on Raw, when he like pretty much owned it and Evolution was coming out there, because really no one else did step up. And the only thing that was bad about that was him and Steiner's feud. Like neither guy was like 100%. But past that, one of my favorite things when you're talking about, like, Jason, you said why aren't you wearing shoes? Come on, he called out Kofi for dropping the accent.
Oh, he just dropped the Jamaican accent.
And Sean was totally thrown off, and he just went, like, it was a pause. It's like, really, what? Where are you from, Jamaica? What happened to your accent? And Kofi looks like shocked. And then Sean went, you know what? I got to agree with Kofi. We have to be a team. Like, Sean moved forward. So I loved any time that Triple H was with his buddies, because they always were good. But even guys he didn't get along with, like when him and Jericho were in the ring together, those two are known not to like each other.
Not at the time.
But
Brian,
they were so good together.
Brian, weren't you at that State College show where Jericho won the title from Triple H and then they acted like it never happened?
Yep, that's exactly right. That was a great night.
Great career.
Oh yeah. I put him. I know how highly you regard him, Jay. I would, it's one of those, you have to look at the complete list, but I think there's a pretty solid argument when you talk about all time that he's somewhere in that 10 to 20 mix for me.
See, I'd even say 10 to 15.
I would say top 10, but not top 5. Jason
right?
has him at 4. I would put him top 10, but not top 5. You have 10 through 20, and Kevin has them in the 40s.
Top 20 of all time pro wrestling
is really damn good.
Is pretty phenomenal.
Really,
I would even say, even in the comedic factor, that's all inclusive in ring. I'm thinking only, but his comedic factor is the reason why I even rank him higher than just his in ring. And in ring is phenomenal. The dude looked like $1 million, shredded, so in shape. I just hope he spends some time with the family, not too much stress. Don't stress out, man. Take care of that ticker.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these episodes we'll do a rankings all-time greats. So
we could call it the Tears of May.
nah.
Right? Oh,
we
wait,
will
that's been
not.
taken by Chief.
Already been done.
My fault. Never mind.
Already
Okay.
been done.
Another quick real thing before we get into WrestleMania talk. New series on Peacock, WWE Evil. Great to see, because we've also said how Peacock really hasn't done a whole lot of original stuff. Like the network, when it launched, it was all originals. Table for Three, the Corey Graves tattoo show, Ride Along,
Bring back Countdown.
Bring back Countdown, right? All these things. So, it's focusing on, the bad heels of wrestling: Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, Undertaker, Miz, Randy Orton. There's 8 episodes. I believe John Cena produces it, along with doing the voice work, which he's
narrator.
That. So, guys, what have you seen? Are you liking it? You loving it? What's the thoughts here?
I've watched Miz and Hollywood Hogan so far. It's good. It's nice to see those documentary type things, a career retrospective. But it's not showing me anything we don't know already.
Sure.
This is more for the casual fans who may not know the background.
I would say, though, since you haven't seen the Roman one, and that one was on, I want to say it was after Monday Night Raw. They actually aired it on USA.
600,000 viewers.
Yeah, it had a really nice rating for 11 o'clock at night.
He's a needle mover.
Yeah, that's what they say. But they talked about that, of basically how he was given the push and the fans rebelled, and kind of how all of that transformed into what he's been doing for the last year plus. And that was good, because you talk about Undertaker or someone, it's like all those interviews and stories have been told numerous times.
That's the one I'm going to watch when I pack tonight. I didn't get to see that one. I saw Hogan, I saw Miz, Sasha. The Stephanie one's really good. And Brian, did you know that my guy Jack Farmer is in?
Jack Farmer's he's in all the ones I've seen so far.
Yeah. So
good for him.
Jack Farmer is on the Ringer Mac Mania. Him and I did some commentary work in wrestling school last year, and great dude. I'm hoping to run into him. I know he's down in Dallas, with the Ringer crew. So hopefully I'll see him while I'm down there. But yeah, go check out WWE Evil on Peacock. It's so well done, and it's with
every episode is out right now.
Yes,
available to watch. Okay.
Yep. Everyone.
Have you seen any yet, Kev? Or
I have not. I was going to ask a question from a guy perspective who has not seen one yet. Is it more like for say like the Miz? Does it talk about his reality stuff as a good guy and then bad guy? And then switches over.
They never mention him being a good guy.
Nope.
It's all his heel work.
These are very similar to the WWE DVD documentaries that would come out, except these are all about the bad guy stuff.
And how long are they?
An hour.
Well, that
not
is
even
nice.
45 minutes.
That's very nice.
Yeah. It's nicely done. The two I've seen are Roman and Undertaker. So hearing the ones that you guys have seen, I'm gonna have to definitely get to those here in the next.
Get to that Steph one this weekend if you can. Oh wait, you can't. You got way too much on your plate.
Oh yeah.
Get to that Steph one. Get to that Steph one tonight after we're done.
All right. Yeah, and that's the guy.
Because you're sleeping in the basement anyway, apparently. So
exactly.
Do you have a microwave with hot pockets?
Baby.
A mini fridge.
What's the single guy food?
Baby, I'm cold down here. Pass me that Mr. Perfect T-shirt. Thanks. All right.
Your dog bringing it to you?
Yeah.
Help me out here, Lucy. Come on. Oh, she's But yeah, Jay, you alluded to it. So WrestleMania 38, of course, is Saturday and Sunday, and we are all going to have unique experiences with this year's Mania because Jason is going, as we've talked about. Kevin, you'll be in Florida, right?
Yeah. So when you guys got married, we went to Clearwater. Then Laura and I and Brett went to Clearwater as a triangle family. It's what two parents and one kid call themselves, so that's what we are.
Is that real, or did you make that
a
up?
new thing? Or
no, it's a triangle.
Throw it up,
trademark that.
Throw it up, yo. Throw it up. Triangle.
We should trademark that. Put on a shirt.
Right.
And then mid 2021, like Laura's parents, my wife's parents said, "Where does anyone want to go on spring break?" And no one said anything. And Laura said, let's go. And they chose Clearwater Beach. So
Yeah.
I told them, this is the last time I think I'm going to go to Clearwater Beach. even though,
wait, there's a huge event at Hogan's this weekend.
So no, this is the thing. So you can book seats to go there, and so it's $25 a person, and you basically get a seat both nights, and it goes towards your bill. So we pay $50,
nice.
and it goes towards your running tab, which will go well over $50.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, we got them. We booked our tickets.
Yeah,
wow,
nice.
how cool
That's
is that?
a great experience. That's awesome.
So Laura's
mom.
I
have a question though.
Yeah.
If they have them, will you buy and ship me one of those glass mugs with the forearm as the handle?
I will buy you one, and you can pay me back when we hang out at SummerSlam.
Hi-yo.
Or I can just send you PayPal shortly after.
Or I can just send you that. Well,
I would like a mug, please.
So I had to say one more thing. So Laura's mom is the biggest karaoke fan. She's a great singer. When Laura checked out, it said, if you are still in town on Monday, karaoke is presented every Monday, hosted by Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
Well, that's where Hogan made that big heartfelt announcement after Scott Hall died.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So we'll see. We booked it. We're gonna go have fun. And
is it night? Are you going for night 1 or night 2?
Both. You get it was $25 for both nights.
Wow. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully Hulk will be there. I'll have to bring That Wrestling Podcast shirt. Get a picture with Hulk. Maybe get a little one-liner. Hey brothers, listen to.
Heck yeah.
We'll see. I'm excited.
Well, that was a word. That was a one word, not a one line. But I am going to request though to start. You have to vlog your experience because you and I will have better experiences because the other guys have charity work to do. So.
Literally and figuratively. And
we are going to be in tuxedos.
Yeah.
Fancy dinner.
We have
Saturday
a charity function on Saturday. We have agreed, Joe and I, to not talk Mania, not talk spoilers. So we're not going to be doing any of that on Saturday, and we'll kind of. My hope is I can get through like half of Saturday night's Mania before Sunday's Mania, and watch the second half after. We'll see how life plays out. I don't know.
I plan on watching it in the morning, Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And then
we can text each other, by the way, all the time.
Yeah, because if wrestling comes up from either one of us, my wife is smacking one of us in the back of the head every time wrestling comes up. We can't mention wrestling at all. She's trying to help us.
This is awesome.
This is for charity.
We could make it a drinking
I am
game
going to
there will be drinks at our
non-spoilers. I'm going to text you non-spoilers all night just so you can be like, damn it, Kevin's messaging me wrestling. That's because you're going to Will Smith you.
Kevin's going to be slick and be like...
she's really tiny, so she thinks she's going to get us in the back of the head, but it's really our back.
Yeah. Kevin's going to be slick and say, like, I'm not going to tell you who Seth's opponent was, but it rhymes with Jody Bodes. Son of a bitch.
She's in NXT right now. Jody Bodes with Lucy Boots and Tights.
She's going to join Andre Chase U.
Let's just say Jason was 48% wrong.
Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to do our pick'ems. All right. We're going to go through the card, and all of us are going to just, talk about our pick. You can talk a little bit about, if you've enjoyed this feud or if it excites you, or if it's, piece of crap. Anything like that is allowed in this. So we will begin with night number 1.
Well, wait, we got to explain what we're doing here too. It's our annual pick'em game. The winner gets shirts from all the losers. So
correct.
Joe, I think you won last year, right?
I am the reigning champion. Yes.
So Joe got T-shirts and he got the MVP necklace. Yeah. They don't have MVP necklaces anymore. They have a THB necklace, so that might have to be this year's jewelry win.
They do have Brock Lesnar seasoning if we want to switch to that.
You can't wear that.
You can't
I
wear
guess you
that.
could, but
See,
you
I
get a
forgot.
piece of string and you wear that on your neck.
It's one thing because I did remember to bring a shirt on my vacation, Kevin, but I wish I would have remembered the necklace for tonight. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna
wear it
bring
next
that
week.
up, but yeah,
I'll wear it next week. I'm sorry, I forgot about it.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
looking
so-
to win my 7th, 8th, and 9th shirts, actually. So
Yeah,
2022 has been good for you.
which I will
Kevin's
probably forget if I go on a work trip.
He's
All
the
right.
reigning champ right now in the shirt game, thanks to the Royal Rumble. So we'll see if that
Yeah.
momentum continues.
and so whoever gets the most amount right is the winner. If there is a tie, we have developed a tiebreak system. Brian, if you want to explain that, and then we can get started.
I will, yes. And so we're picking the winners, and the overall winner is going to be of both nights. So we're not doing the winner of night 1 and the winner of night 2 because there's only so many matches. So we thought there'd be quite a likelihood of ties. So we'll do the winners of both nights combined. In the event of a tie, the tiebreaker is a prediction on the longest match time. It doesn't matter what the match is. We're literally doing like Price is Right style of saying 21 minutes is going to be the longest match of either night of the entire weekend of WrestleMania. That will be your tiebreaker. Whoever's closest without going over in that event of a tie would then be the overall winner. Gentlemen, are we ready?
Let's do it.
And thank you to Kevin. He has put together another fantastic spreadsheet to keep the records of this. He will be
Stupendous.
Stupendous. Come
more
on.
appropriate. A stupendous spreadsheet. Say that 5 times fast for WrestleMania 38. So Kevin will be doing the live entering of those picks as we go along. So we'll begin with night number 1. We got a tag match that was rumored to be a 6-man. Then, of course, Big E unfortunately broke his neck. So we have King Woods or Xavier Woods, however he's going to be called on Saturday, and Kofi teaming up against Sheamus in Ridge Holland. Jason, you may go first.
I think this is an easy one. They need to make Sheamus and Ridge look strong. So that's going to be my pick. I'm going with Sheamus and Ridge because I feel like that group and Butch, I think it could become something. I'm not sure what, but I think it can become something big. So and they got to keep them strong. So I'm going with Sheamus and Ridge.
Go ahead, Joe.
I gotta agree with that one. Sheamus and Ridge. New Day, they don't need the win. They've been losing every week on SmackDown anyway, so who really cares? So 0 interest in this one. Sheamus and Ridge with Butch Ference.
That's where my head was at too. Little Butcher Ference, if you want to dub it that. So Sheamus and Ridge Holland for me as well. Kev, your pick as well.
We're staying chalk across the board for all 4 of us. I think that this is one of the ones I went a little bit back and forth on because, Ridge, unfortunately, big guys, they can get hurt all the time, but I don't think that you can't make a strong upcoming stable lose. So I think you guys all made very good points. And with that, we're lockstep through 1.
Well, you can make a strong upcoming stable lose. Do you not remember Revolution?
Well,
sorry, Retribution. Sorry, Retribution.
Hater. Fucking hater.
Oh, terrible. All right. How about another tag match? How about the Usos, SmackDown champs, against Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura? I don't see the Usos losing this one. This was kind of thrown together and everything just with the Usos seems to be just continuing that momentum. So I'm going with the Usos. How about you, Kev? We'll go back in reverse on this one.
I think exactly the same, even though I'd like to see new champs. I just think the Usos have had the belts for so long. I just can't see them losing them at WrestleMania 38. If they did lose, and I'm wrong on this pick, gladly accept it because I do enjoy Shinsuke and Boogs, but I think the Usos are going to bring home the belts or retain the belts.
That intro could be fun. I would like to see 25 heavy metal guitars on the stage. That could be cool. That could be a moment. We'll see if they play that out. Your call, Joe.
Going with the Usos, Boogs and Nakamura. They don't need them. and Nakamura just had the Intercontinental Championship, and they can do singles, they can do tag team. They don't have to be a team. So yeah, going with the Usos.
I feel like every year there's something weird that happens. Like the last time I was in Dallas for WrestleMania, there was proof that wrestling is predetermined when Mid Cardona won the ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
You were there.
Part of me feels like this is that situation, but because I think Roman's going to win the main event, I think the Usos are going to retain here too. So I'm going with the Usos again.
All right, two clean sweeps so far.
It's the worst pick'em game ever.
Yeah. Starting off slow. Drew McIntyre, Happy Corbin. No. I like that they're playing off that like Corbin's he hasn't lost in forever. He's got his little.
Can't we all just say the winner this one so we can just move on in 3?
I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Fine.
I'm conflicted on this one.
Okay.
Because as much as I want to see a Corbin Moss feud, but I don't know how you get there. Now, of course, Drew. I mean, has Drew lost recently?
Oh.
I mean, maybe this is
recently.
Maybe Drew is. I don't know.
He nearly paralyzed Moss back in Saudi Arabia.
Well, maybe this is the receipt for that incident. Yeah, so I'm going. Fuck it. I'm going Happy Corbin.
Hey, happy.
Keep the streak alive. Keep the streak alive.
All right. Everybody else on the count of 3?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Drew McIntyre. I can see this being quick. I can see Moss fucking up something for Corbin. They've been tensioning. I do enjoy the bad jokes though. You guys like those? I like the.
Be the quickest match of the weekend.
This could be quick, and that's fine. I'm still waiting for Drew to stab someone too, and I need to get audio for like if we can ever get a drop machine to do little audio drops in our podcast. I need to get audio of like Jimmy Smith saying like, "Hey, he took Angela," like. That's my wife's name, everybody. So there's always a line like that I have to chuckle. Whatever.
You can probably put that in your phone somehow. So
yeah, we're gonna work on that. All right, Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. That was fun. Logan comes out with the mask on Raw. Right?
Lucha Logan, get it right.
Lucha Logan. That's fun. I'll let you start, Kev.
Yeah, this is another one I was kind of conflicted on because I can see it going both ways. I feel that Bad Bunny was in it last year with the Miz. Miz lost that one with a celebrity. I feel that Miz will get the win this year with a celebrity on his team. I will start with this. I don't think Logan Paul will do anything as good as Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny raised that bar up, but I am optimistic about Logan Paul in the ring, just because I think the Mysterios will help him. That's the nice thing. So the tag team with him in there, I think he'll be carried a little bit, but I think Miz and Logan Paul are going to take home the W over the Mysterios.
What do you think, Jay?
I believe it's going to be Miz and Logan Paul as well, because they made a comment on Raw about how Dominic hasn't earned a mask yet. And I think, I've been saying for how long I want Dominic and Ray to feud. I think that Miz and Logan Paul win. Dominic gets pissed off, loses his shit, drops Ray, and this begins the feud towards SummerSlam for Ray versus Dom. Winner gets the mask.
Yeah, I think this is a toss-up too. I could see this either way. I think Dallas will be really solidly behind Ray and Dominic, but I like your logic, Kev. I'm going the same way. I'm thinking Miz. I'm thinking Logan. You know, another thing WWE loves is having those mainstream moments. So when Logan Paul does a Frankensteiner off the top rope or something, they're gonna get that. He might take a 619 at the end. We'll see, but give me Miz and Logan, and on to you, Joe.
Celebrities don't lose at WrestleMania. Logan Paul and The Miz.
Oh, all right.
Celebrities are undefeated, so that's a spoiler for a future pick later.
Right.
Should we go right to Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn?
That's nice too. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Oh, I see. We're doing one night at a time.
Yeah. All right. We'll stick with Joe for this one. Charlotte and Ronda. And Joe, do you wish to abstain from your vote and lose a point?
No, I am
consider
going to,
that.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say this is the match that I have the least interest in all time WrestleMania matches. I was more interested in Big Show versus Akibono, and I'm going to say that I am not going to watch this match. I got that luxury since we're going to the charity event.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm picking Ronda Rousey.
Okay. Jay, go ahead, buddy.
They shot a video of Baszler and Ronda training on the ankle lock. I tweeted this today and then I deleted it because I'm not 100% sure. Where they filmed this, I think it's the Young Bucks' house. If you go back to
Rancho
BTE,
Cucamonga?
Yeah, and Rancho Cucamonga. No, fuckers, don't laugh.
Gesundheit. Sorry.
Is
that Bayou? How close is that away?
About
no,
an hour
that's
and a half
in New
away.
Orleans.
No, thank you, Joe. No, Bayou's in the south.
No, seriously.
Oh,
so during their pandemic, when they were filming matches, one of the Young Bucks has a basketball court with a ring set up in their backyard, and like it's a huge compound. And I really feel like they filmed this at the Young Bucks' house because they kept saying, well, Shayna, I'm glad you came out to this ring in the middle of nowhere in a basketball court. But if you go, BTE just hit 300 episodes. If you go to 200, Matt and Nick had a match, and it took place on this basketball court. Anyway.
That's some good sleuthing there, Jason.
By the way, this story is way more interesting than the entire buildup of this match. So way to go, Jason.
And just as a heads up, I have a basketball court in my backyard. It was not filmed in my backyard.
Yeah, I really feel like it was. And I tweeted it and then I deleted it because I'm like, no.
So who do you got?
Who are you picking?
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be Ronda. I don't see any way she loses, unless Holly Holm comes out and kicks her in the head for outside interference. But I don't think that's happening. So Ronda for me.
Yeah, it's tough for me to not see Ronda win. I mean, I guess they could hold off on it, but I mean, she just came back at the Rumble. You kind of figure like this is the crowning moment. So I'll go with Ronda. She did lose at the last WrestleMania that she was at. So I'll go with Ronda. Kev, that leaves it to you, I think, right?
Yeah, lockstep. I feel that if Ronda lost, leave. That's the way I think. Just because she hasn't been terrible since her return, it's just been lackluster. Yes, but I think Ronda. If I had to put my confidence on one of how many matches, 14 on both nights, this would probably be. Well, no, I would say. Drew McIntyre beating Kevin might be the number one. But this is one of those where I'm just like, we know the result. I'm hoping it's a damn good match. That's what I'm really hoping for. And
I think it will be.
Whoever she was going to go against, I feel like she was going to beat. So hopefully it will lead to a good feud down the road and not just, I'm going to beat everybody up.
Yeah.
Waving her head. So I think she'll take home the belt.
Let's stick with the women. Becky versus Bianca. This got pretty heated up with the scissors and the threatening of the haircut of Bianca's monster rope of hair. And then Becky gets a little hair trim that I shared with the boys. Now she looks like the lead singer of Garbage. If you talk about 90s alternative there.
Shirley Manson's amazing.
Shirley Manson, yes.
I'm okay with that too. So this is Raw Women's Championship. Joe, you went first last time, so let's go with Kevin.
Yeah, I think Jay and I were at SummerSlam. Bianca lost in 23 seconds? Somewhere in the 20s. Yeah, somewhere in the 20s. I just can't see her losing at another big event. Even though I've really enjoyed this feud, and hopefully this continues. I know there's a lot of other talented women on the Raw roster, not really to the championship status, but
Dewdrop.
when those weren't even little scissors, man. Those look like animated Acme scissors where you'd see in like the cartoons.
Straight
They
from
were
Brutus's
huge.
barbershop.
Well, you
And
got to
like-
get through that big ass braid.
Absolutely.
I
You're not doing that with safety scissors.
I
Right.
really thought there was a chance where she was going to cut the braid.
loved
It was because I worked. Monday was a shit day. I started at 6 a.m. and I finally stopped working at like 9:45. And I started watching live, caught up the next day on the previous 2 hours. Primarily because you guys said it was promo heavy and I really wanted to watch it.
A lot of promos.
It was a pretty damn good Raw. But it was that just whole sequence with the scissors. And I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's like, we can usually predict what's going to happen a lot of times. And she was cutting it. And like the next day I was like, I wanted Becky to go bald just with her facial expressions, like just looking crazy. Right. So like we saw Serena D back in the day, bald, looked tough.
Holly, right?
Can you imagine Becky bald? But her haircut now with like the mullet, with the weird front, it does look pretty cool. Like I think they made a pretty cool, crazy haircut that kind of looked like out of Mad Max or something. But I'm going to cut it. I think I'm getting cut off. You guys didn't play the music to cut me off like the Academy Awards.
Did you pick yet?
Bianca. Oh, Bianca.
Okay. Go ahead, Jay. I'll finish this one.
Yeah, I was bored when Bianca was talking. Then when the scissors came out, I got really excited.
Yeah.
I want
like
this
you.
to be a hair versus hair match, but that's obviously not happening. I
Maybe.
want this to be Becky turning into crazy Britney Spears. That's what I want. I want Becky to get the clippers on, just shave her own head or portions of it. I think Bianca's going to win, and I hope that leads to like crazy Becky. Whether it not like crazy Alicia Fox, where she was like slinging Pepsis around, but like shaving her head, doing weird shit for the next 6 months. So,
Like losing the belt and then just going off the rails.
going off the deep end. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe, have you
leading
thought of
up
this one yet?
to SummerSlam,
Okay.
well, they'll go against each other.
Perhaps.
What do you got, Joe?
I'm going with Bianca. That's like one of my main ones. The storyline has been great. And I could see Becky going full Chavo WCW, shaving his own head and talking about Eddie's my favorite wrestler and basically being obsessed with Bianca. You don't remember Chavo shaving his own head when it was a hair versus hair match versus Eddie Guerrero?
Nope.
When Chavo used to wear his shirt that said Eddie
We said
Guerrero is
no.
my favorite wrestler.
You're
Go back and look at it. Oh, really? You cut me off while Kevin went on his whole thing? No, Bianca.
All right, Bianca. All right, listen, I'm going to go Becky Lynch.
Nice.
It seemed like it made the entire time, this is the redemption story for Bianca, right? It made sense to me, but I'm also basing it on that we all thought, well, we all think that Ronda's going to win, so we're going to have one title change, and I think that maybe we're going to get some just crazy, desperate Becky Lynch, with how everything went down on Monday. That I'm going to say, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to stay with Becky on this one. We'll see what happens there. All right, so we are down to Seth freaking Rollins versus TBA. A lot on the line on this one. So we all saw he gets the text saying, "Meet me in my office, Vince." Such a weird way to go about it.
Okay,
where,
hold on. The text said at 9 a.m., but the clip showed him walking in at 6:57 a.m.
Yeah.
yes.
No assistant is at her desk at 6:57 a.m.
Well, at Titan Towers, you are, because Vince doesn't sleep. But
Vince
I don't
works
know.
out from 1 to 3 a.m. every day.
He doesn't go in and see Vince until after 9. That was the joke.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
he just
okay.
sat there for like hours. So, all right. Everybody seems to think it's Cody, right? But just yesterday or just Tuesday, it was reported that Shane McMahon is being brought in for WrestleMania. So, with that being said, there's some what Vince is involved now. Vince is picking the opponent. I think what's going to happen is Vince is going to come out and he's going to say, Seth Rollins, your opponent comes from a wrestling family. All those little teases.
Oh, okay.
Say your opponent is Shane McMahon. And the crowd's going to go fucking ape shit because it's Cody. It should be Cody. And I think Shane's going to be doing the little money dance on the fucking ramp. And the lights are going to go out. And Cody's fucking music and the pyro is going to come on. And he's going to beat the shit out of Shane and go to the ring. And the crowd will go nuts. And it'll be Cody versus Seth. And Cody's going to win.
Can I go next?
I'm booking it now. Go ahead, buddy.
So I think that Vince is going to come out, say this person comes from a wrestling family.
Right.
And it's going to be Linda McMahon.
She's bad.
No, I think, to be honest, the way, if you could book that, I would be totally 100% of it. I just don't want to see Shane come back for a beatdown. If Shane comes back, I'd like to see him come back, beat Seth come on Monday, even more nutso. Shoot, put it with Becky, having her losing her mind at the same time.
The psycho couple. I'm okay with that.
Mickey and Mallory from Natural Born Killers.
And then him going out to the ring, going all crazy, and be like, someone get out here. And then Jay says, hey, if Cody's going to come, Cody debut on Raw after, that would kind of be another big pop too. But I'm going to go with the field as well. The
it doesn't have to be Cody.
The mystery opponent to be determined. I'm going to do the same. Just
right,
because I don't want Seth to win and be happy. I like crazy Seth because Seth's been such a up and down like a roller coaster because he's been the highest of highs in my eyes. And then I'm just like, okay, he's so good in the ring, but I'm like, okay, what other guys? This last 6+ months, golden. A couple months before SummerSlam, time flies. Shit.
His character is that he's on cocaine, right? Like I really think that's it. He just walks in like ha 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 ha.
But it's like
I think that's it.
He's a perfect example.
That would explain the wardrobe.
Yes, I completely think it's like his gimmick is I'm a cokehead.
I've got some very Seth Rollins influenced apparel for WrestleMania this weekend. So
we'll see that on the vlog.
Something I read online, which I wish I could have claimed credit for. Same situation. Vince comes out. It's Shane. Crowd shits all over it. Vince's like, "What? We're wrestling's royal family." Yep. Then Cody's entrance because he's supposed to have the AEW presentation.
That's what's been pushed, I heard.
So there's that. This week also, Elias's name has been leaked as the potential person for this. So, Gable Steveson, he just won the national championship. He's going to be in Dallas. He's on the Raw brand. I have no idea. Of course, the running gag is 52-48, whatever, Joe, idiot. We all know it's going to be Cody. Yeah. I hope it's somebody else. But I do think that the field will win, whoever it is.
Is there any possibility of anyone returning would lose to Seth?
Bray Wyatt?
Right.
That's the only one I would think.
Lose
to
Bray
Seth.
Wyatt.
But Bray Wyatt,
comes from a wrestling family, and you think it's Cody, and it's like Bray Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
It's the same story. That's what I've been waiting to say, but you guys have been talking the entire time with this.
But no, I think Seth loses no matter what because he can shake it off. And Joe, yes, your thoughts, please.
Oh, I get to pick. Okay, I'm gonna go with the field on this one.
Perfect. Thanks for giving your pick. Night 2.
Next.
Well, I run out of time because you keep talking.
Well, so I like these matches.
But before we do, just a quick thought, and I mean that quick thought. All right, KO show Austin. There's rumors it's going to be the last thing of the night. We all want. And I think we'd all be disappointed if it is just kick stunner leave beer party, right? Like I want some sort of brawl / match, something physical that's not just the kick stunner go home, right? Is that what we all
I want to see, like I said last week, I want to see a recap of when it was Austin on Piper's Pit at WrestleMania, where they're like basically slapping each other and having a great promo battle as well, because they both can do it. That's what I want to see.
I want to see a brawl to set up a match for night 2.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yep.
Speaking of night 2, let's continue on.
No,
can I get a little
Kevin,
rundown?
you can't speak anymore.
No, I want to give like a 1-minute rundown of the differences of night 1.
Yeah, there's only a couple, I think. Go ahead.
Literally, it is 15-second rundown. Joe and I are identical.
We usually are.
Jason took Happy Corbin, where everyone else took Drew. Brian, you took Becky Lynch, where everyone else took Bianca. Every other match is the same. And Joe and I are lockstep through night.
Did you just learn that word or something? Because you've been saying that over.
I'm trying to think of different ways.
Tied?
Is it lockstep or is it lob? I don't even know.
On the same
Locked
page.
Stupendous.
You're
whatever.
Stupendous.
Let's turn the page.
Yeah,
night 1 to night 2.
Night two. So this match just came together on Monday. We had a returning Bobby Lashley to take down Omos, and they're going to be having their fun on night 2. I'll let Joe start because it feels like he hasn't talked as much as the rest of us.
Which is fine because there's nothing to talk about with this match. I'm going with the almighty Bobby Lashley.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
I'm going with Omos due to MVP turning his back on Lashley to become the mouthpiece for Omos because he needs it.
That's fantastic.
Okay. Go ahead, Kev.
I think Omos is going to win just because they've been building him up as a giant, not just beating the little guys on Raw, beating the big guys. Now the big muscular guy is going to come in. I don't see it being like a runaway train match. It's not going to be pretty.
It'll be 6 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
Bobby,
it can't be.
Bobby's going to take the loss, and he will gladly take the loss because I feel like Bobby is becoming the type of guy backstage that, kind of like the backstage. I don't want to say cheerleader. That's a bad word. But
Leader,
like
locker room leader.
Locker room leader. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think when we talk about our tiebreaker of longest match, I don't think this match would qualify for the time that we're all going to say. This is another coin flip, which is fun, right? Because I can see both sides on this, but I'll go with Lashley. I think he had such a good run that now hopefully he is healthy again.
First split.
Yeah, so we'll go with that one. How about Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville? This is, wackiness abounds on this one. I can start. I know Joe's logic of celebrities never lose, but I'm going to go with Sami, and then Johnny will have some sort of post-match shenanigans where, he does a jackass stunt on him or something. Right?
This match is a anything goes, right? Like false count anywhere.
Anything goes.
Yeah, it's an anything goes match.
I hope we get that giant fucking hand slap thing that. I want that so bad. I want that so bad. But I think it's going to be Johnny Knoxville. I'm going to go with Knoxville. Not because he's a celebrity. I mean, look what that guy did at the Royal Rumble. He took everyone's finisher.
Yeah.
Like the guy is putting in the work. This is one of those things where everybody thinks they know what's going to happen and we don't. This is going to be an exciting, fun one, and I just want that big fucking hand slap thing more than anything. My favorite bit.
Has a picture of Will Smith next to it, then we'll know they worked on the fly.
We're done talking about that, Brian.
All right, we don't talk about Will. Okay.
And I'm going to go with Knoxville as well because celebrities don't lose at Mania, and this one's just going to be a bunch of jackass stunts, which will be entertaining because they got the perfect guy for it. They got Sami Zayn to be part of it. Sammy's gold. So this is going to be the fun match of the entire weekend.
What do you think, Kev?
I think that Joe hit it on the nose. The fun match for night 2. I think there's going to be a lot of the jackass guys will get participating in the match somehow as well. in jail, all I can think about is that big hand, or like the coffee stand where they're gonna copy like the punch them in the nuts or something. Is it gonna be a good match? No. Is it gonna make us like smile and laugh and entertainment factor? Yes, 100%.
We could see
I'm going with John.
Wee Man biting Sammy's nuts or something at some point.
Wee Man's gonna come out there, and then you're gonna see.
He survived getting tossed through that table by Brock Lesnar.
I haven't seen him since, so I don't know. Yeah, your guys' arguments are pretty good. I probably would change my pick if I could, but the pick's in. I'm going Sami Zayn. All right, let's go to the tag match. This should be fun. RK Bro, Street Profits, Alpha Academy. So 3-team triple threat tag match. Go ahead, Jay.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this could be maybe the best wrestling match.
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah.
AJ Styles Edge.
Yeah,
really?
Exactly. Could be.
Really?
No, I feel like this could be the beginning of the end for RK Bro. I am gonna go with the Street Profits.
All right, go ahead, Kev.
Thank you.
I think the end is not near as of yet, because I want RK Bro to keep going for a little bit. As much as I'm like, oh, is someone going to turn on him? Then they do a segment on Raw, and I'm like, no, don't stop. Like you can see in Orton's eyes, like how much he truly cares about Riddle. Like the best part is when it does happen, then you're going to be like, why, Randy? Why? You know what I mean? But I don't want to see it yet. If they are going to do it, I don't know, maybe down the road a little bit. I want to just see the WrestleMania moment to carry on when they won the belts at SummerSlam. I'm going with RK Bro to retain.
All right, go ahead, Joe.
This is going to be first of all, I don't think Randy's going to turn on. It's going to be Riddle turning on Randy. It's too obvious, but it's not going to happen on Sunday night. RK Bro is going to win, but we're going to get what I finally been wanting to see, the full heel turn of the Street Profits, and they'll win at WrestleMania Backlash when it's just a one-on-one match, because RK Bro is going to pin Otis, and the Street Profits are going to full heel turn.
One good thing, and then Brian, I promise I'll shut up. This is actually an exciting 3-way tag match because all 3 tag teams have a legitimate potential shot to winning. The Raw tag team division is actually pretty strong lately, and I've drank a lot of beers tonight. Yeah. Brian, who you got?
I'm with you. I'm sticking with RK Bro. I agree with everything you guys have said, and I could see all 3 teams winning. I'm down with a Street Profits heel turn. I'd love to see what they could do with that. That's totally cool. But I don't see it happening on WrestleMania. Maybe that happens on Raw the next night, something like that. So I'll go with RK Bro to retain. Pat McAfee, Austin Theory. I will say this is one of my top 2 or 3 matches I'm most looking forward to. Pat's he's so excited about this. He's infectious. You know, when you hear him talk on his show, he did an interview on Busted Open and was very talking about being in this moment and how much he's prepared and everything for all this. And Austin Theory is really damn talented. I mean, even just from the crazy standpoint of some of the bumps he's taken with Brock Lesnar and the Saudi Elimination Chamber. We'll start with Kevin on this one.
Yeah, I rated all my matches the hardest to predict, and this is one of my top 3. Okay, because McAfee is so good in the ring. Right? He's like a kid in the candy store leading up to a WrestleMania match. His WrestleMania moment. Is he going to win? Okay, Joe, is he technically a celebrity, even though he's the announcer? Does the celebrity status make him automatically win? I think Austin Theory, that selfie jetpack is on his back. He's got some momentum behind him. I think maybe Vince will do some shenanigans in there, maybe somewhere during the match. I think Austin Theory is going to end up with the victory at the end, though.
Go ahead, Jay.
I originally was not a McAfee fan, but he has won me over. Like, I watched I put the show on at my desk when I'm at work. I've watched the videos. I mean, the guy is a legit good dude.
Yep, he's good people.
You know, the video he gave, where he went back to his old high school in Pittsburgh and donated $2 million to the athletic departments.
Shoot, really?
I mean, he is just a good guy. I think it's going to be Pat McAfee. Theory has many years to go. And then maybe this will set up for next year. McAfee and Michael Cole, they're both undefeated at WrestleMania.
They're billing us as the biggest WrestleMania match ever with Roman and Brock, but we can talk about next year.
Bring back the coal mine.
Oh, the coal
mine. Please.
What do you got, Joe?
Triple H spoiled this match on the Stephen A. Smith show. He said, Vince McMahon will do whatever he can to cheat to win. Austin Theory is Vince McMahon's boy. Austin Theory wins this match. And then Cole can rip on McAfee throughout the year on SmackDown, saying, at least I'm undefeated at WrestleMania, unlike you.
Yeah.
Those guys are great, though, together.
They're great together, and I think that will be amazing. It will be stupendous.
Well said. I don't see the connection of Vince and how this all came together still. It was very unexplained other than Austin Theory talking about it. But I am going to go Austin Theory because he's the full-time wrestler and he'll be able to take this and, continue to grow. And Pat is somebody who, boy, the crowd loves him and his, in-ring interactions with Theory and out of the ring with the brawls. And he wasn't there on Monday's Raw in Pittsburgh, but he, of course, like Jay said, he's a Pittsburgh guy. And when Theory was wrestling Finn Balor, or who was wrestling in any event, he was wrestling and he was getting "We Want Pat" chants. Crowd loves him. I can't wait for the reaction he gets at WrestleMania, Jay. Yeah. It's gonna be great. Quickly, the women's tag match. We got Queen Zelina and Carmella and Naomi and Sasha and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan and Natalya and Shayna Baszler. I will go Naomi. I don't remember her name.
Time backwards.
Naomi and I can't say it right.
I'll finish for you.
It's backwards.
Sasha and partner and Funkadactyl. That's my pick. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm going with Team Bad minus Tamina. I'll make it easier on you, and I'm going with Naomi and Sasha.
Even better. Go ahead, Kev.
I'm giving Sasha the pity vote. I feel bad for her that she's not highlighted, but into a bigger match. But to be honest, the four that are in the two main women matches deserve it. I just kind of
already
feel bad
going on
Sasha.
too long.
I feel like Sasha, and Naomi.
Jay?
Liv and Rhea.
I knew you pick them.
I like that. You can borrow my shirt.
Yeah, that's great.
They win. All right. Edge and AJ Styles. This is fun, man. This one, I think, could, we've talked about this for a while, and Edge's new character. It's good stuff. I will go with Jason on this one to start.
AJ Styles.
Okay. I'm gonna go AJ as well. I think there's still plenty of meat on the bone with Edge, but I think an AJ win, and I could see Edge post-match shenanigans sort of thing. So he walks out at WrestleMania, where AJ leaves on the stretcher. Go ahead, Kev.
I think AJ. He signed a big contract recently. Yeah, AJ's done a little bit of the promo work. Edge has done the bulk of the promo work. And I like Edge kind of hungry against AJ. And I want to see that feud keep going. If he wins, I can't see the feud continuing. So I want for longevity purposes, AJ Styles picking up the victory.
Go ahead, Joe.
Hardest match to pick because neither guy needs the win and neither guy will be hurt by the loss. Yeah. So I'm going with Edge. It's better for the character development. So I'm going Edge.
That brings us to the main event, the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. I never did see
Andre and Hogan.
I never saw WrestleMania 3, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Was today the 35th? The time
35th, yeah,
Monday.
Okay.
Oh, that was Monday.
This past Monday. Okay.
35th. They were, you'd see some clips online. So
Awesome.
very cool.
I was at the Palace Theater in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Closed circuit TV.
Yeah,
I was at home while all my friends went to go see it.
Yeah.
I was sleeping.
I listened to it on the radio on my television, right? We talked about that. Roman and Brock, it's title for title, it's unification or something. It's all of the above.
Brian thought it was a real woman's nipple.
What?
Scrambled porn of wrestling, Brian.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
He thought it was a real woman's nipple.
Yeah,
not Andre's.
I was always hoping. It's title for title. I gotta go Roman. I don't see, maybe Brock needs a little bit of a break now. He's been pretty damn active for the last couple of months in comparison to how he's been the last couple of years. So I think Roman takes it. And I would not be surprised if at the end you hear if you smell, and we can talk about WrestleMania 39. Maybe not that night, maybe on Raw the next night, maybe down the road, but that's I think possibly to come. So I got Roman. Go ahead, Kev.
I think Roman as well. I'm very excited for this match just because I feel like they will beat the shit out of each other. I want nothing more than them beating the crap out of each other. To be honest, either one can win and I'd be fine. I would be totally fine with that. But I think Roman's going to pick up the victory at the end.
All right, Joe.
My gut says Brock, but for the sake of the New Year's predictions that I made at the beginning of the year saying Roman was going to be champion for all of 2022, I have to take Roman. I have to
stick with that.
I'm still undefeated on that one.
Jay, you're walking out after night 2 of WrestleMania. Whose hand is being raised?
Mine. No. I'm going with Roman. I don't want to see Dwayne in Arlington. Not for a year-long build. Too much shit can happen.
Okay.
So maybe they do it at some. If he's going to come out, do it at SummerSlam, and not just because we're going to be there.
Yeah.
I need a 3-month build. That's it. I don't need 12 months, even though it's happening where I live. No. Maybe do the rematch at WrestleMania. Dwayne wins the Rumble, gets another shot at Roman.
Okay. All to come. So, Kev, can you give us the differences of night 2 as you did for night 1?
Definitely. We are on the same page for Roman Reigns, all winning. AJ Styles, everyone has AJ except for Joe as Edge. The only one that has a difference in the women's 4-way tag match is Jason with Rhea and Liv. Jason again picked McAfee, us three. The same with Austin Theory. Brian picked Sami. The rest of us picked Johnny Knoxville. Actually, every match has a difference.
Okay,
night 2.
Good.
So
night 2 is gonna determine.
Yeah. So Jay picked the Street Profits, where we all picked RK Bro, and then Brian, or I'm sorry, yes, and then
that's the split one.
Brian and Joe picked Bobby. Well, Jay and I are right with
Bobby.
It's gonna be awesome when Alpha Academy wins and nobody gets a point.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're
Natalia, good job.
Yeah.
Way to go. Right. Well, my wife picked Queen Zelina and Carmella just to piss everyone off. She's like, they're gonna win because no one's talking about them.
You realize when you don't win this year, Joe, and she realizes that you lost, she's gonna be like, you should have just taken my vote.
Yeah.
Oh, she picked last year, right?
She picked last year, and I'm going to tell you off the air of all of her picks, and it's like, wow, so bad.
Yeah. Angela's picks were strictly based on looks. So
that's why she liked big muscular black men.
That's why she's picking Omos.
Yeah, exactly.
No, actually, she's like, I can't lose in this match.
Yeah. No, what was the one that there was one match she was like, oh, I can't decide. I was like, all right.
I think it was Rhea Ripley.
I can't remember.
Rhea and Asuka.
I can't remember who it was. Yeah, that one might be. She was like, "Ooh, they're both ugly" or something. In any event, all right.
Women hate other women. Proven false.
All right, so what's the tiebreaker?
Yeah, so now we have to do our tiebreaker. We're doing times. Jay, you don't have the ability to chat, correct? You have to text it to us.
I think we should all text it in the group.
You know, just
put your time in,
and
then hit
on
1, 2, 3. Send.
Okay, 1 sec.
Exactly. And we're doing minutes
and seconds.
Seconds. Okay.
Minutes, seconds.
Yes.
Give me a second.
Second. Minutes, seconds.
Not yet. Hold up. My phone is 3.5 years old. It's frozen.
I think Edge and AJ are going to be the longest.
Yeah,
that won't surprise.
That's what I think as well. Do we all agree on that?
Yes.
Yeah, that won't surprise me.
Okay, so much for that step 2 of the tiebreak.
Yeah, I mean,
Almost and Lashley.
Bianca and Becky, maybe.
That was my second one, Jay. Yeah, I could see that too being a long one. But yeah, Edge and AJ is exactly where my head was at. Are we ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
say it.
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Send.
Sent.
All right.
Send mine.
Brian, I got Brian.
Okay.
Got Kevin. Whoa.
Oh, me and Jay. Oh, wow. Between Jay with 2654, me with 2703, and Kevin with 2711. Wow. And then Joe has a little bit of a gap, 28 minutes, 47 seconds. So my goodness.
Guys, that is awesome.
So I'm killing Jay by 9 seconds, and Kevin's killing me by 8 seconds.
So
when we say closest without going over, if it's 27-15, does that mean I win because you three weren't?
No, 27-15. That means Kevin wins.
Okay, so closest without going over means it has to be over. Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing is, I raced it out.
No, Kevin, we can't see
Kevin,
that.
we don't need to see that. You're going John Nash.
It's an audio podcast
right now. Yeah.
So Kevin has a driver's seat, but then Joe has the bigger driver's seat of anything over his time. He wins there. So, wow, great minds think alike on that one, guys. Well done. All right, so that's gonna wrap up the show. Jay, hey, seriously, safe travels. Yep. Enjoy wrestling. What's the other show you're seeing? Stand and Deliver.
Going to Stand and Deliver.
One other one.
WrestleMania. No, we're not. We're going to Access. We're going to Access on Friday.
Gotcha.
Then we're meeting some friends at the bar at the resort we're staying at. This place has a screen that I feel like it's like 200 feet long or some ridiculous
fun
sports bar. Doing
Gary
that Saturday
World
night
screen at the bar.
Or Friday night, and then Stand and Deliver Saturday morning, WrestleMania Saturday, WrestleMania Sunday, and then back home on Monday. I don't need to go to WrestleMania with the idiots that are only worried about taking over the show and not what's going on in the ring. So
awesome. Well, and Kev, hey, safe travels to you. Hope you enjoy Florida. Joe, I will see you Saturday for non-wrestling entertainment.
Yeah, no wrestling Saturday.
No. All right. Hey, guys, real quick, guys, because we always talk about the socials, but why don't we give out our own individual social? We haven't done that in a while. You can start, Jay.
I'm at Chewy Lewis 76.
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm at TWP_JT.
Kev?
And I am at TWP_Kevin, KEVIN.
And as opposed to any other Kevin with like
it might be
C in there, I think.
2 E's.
It's with a Q.
Even. At TWP Brian is my handle. And again, at that WrestlePod for everything collectively on the show. But yeah, make sure you check out our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram. Jay's hopefully going to post a lot of great content from being on the ground. So we're looking forward to seeing that. And we'll talk to you guys early next week. We'll have all our post-WrestleMania thoughts, our post-Raw thoughts. And hope everybody enjoys the weekend. We will talk to you next week. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3. That's it.